Yeah. So as we saw, like the 5 reasons Arjuna is saying not to fight, and he's surrendering to Krishna in the 2.7, which is the turning point of the Bhagavad Gita, which is Karpanya dosho pakata swabhavaha, prachami tvam dharma samuda chetasaga, yashreyasha nishchidam brugidhan me sisyaste agamsadi mam tvam prapannam. So he's surrendering, then Krishna he starts speaking about the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is called Contents of the Gita Summarized. Okay, he is telling like, okay, first the Sankhya philosophy, where we are not the body, we are the soul. 30 characteristics of the soul being explained by Krishna to Arjuna. So whatever compassion you have, it is of no use or no value, because we need to have the compassion on the soul platform, like Atma. So why we are revising this every week is like, okay, it has to register in each one of our mind, because this knowledge is a transcendental knowledge, and we spend much of a time for various mundane things. Okay, but to the spiritual knowledge, we are spending very less of time. So I humbly request each and every one of you, like, please go through, please hear this again and again, please revise the Bhagavad Gita again and again, because this knowledge, it is going to come along with our soul. This is the only treasure we are going to carry along with our soul. So that is the reason it is so important. We have to revise, reflect, and recollect, like, okay, every time. So that is the reason, like, again and again, we are revising. Don't get bored with that particular thing, because this has to be registered in every one of our mind. Okay, that is what very, very important aspect of this Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So he's explaining about Sankhya philosophy. Then he's talking about Dharma Kanda, because Arjuna is saying, like, I'm okay to even go to the forest and beg. But Krishna is saying, as Kshatriya, your duty is to protect Dharma. For that, you need to fight. Okay. Not for any other reason. So if you are fighting, if you are going to win, you will get the heavenly kingdom. If you lose, you are going to get the, if you lose, you will get the heavenly kingdom. If you win, you are going to get the earthly kingdom. But at the same time, if you are not fighting, you will get a lot of bad words, like, okay, and unnecessary. People speak of your infamy. Okay, for a Kshatriya, death is better than the infamy, right? So that is how he is influencing. Dishonor will overcome him if he leaves the battlefield. So he is counter-attacking one more thing with the Karma Kanda. In the Karma Kanda, you work and you will get the result. Then he is just elevating to the Buddhi Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga, where you have to do your duty, you will get the result. That result you surrender to me, so that you are not going to get these two things. Will let's see, like, who is saying, if we are surrendering the results to the Lord, two things will happen. What are those two things? This we have seen, like, this will come till sixth chapter again and again and again.
It will be karma free. Reaction will not be.
No. Yeah. So, yeah, if we are surrendering the results to the Lord, two things will happen. What is that, Prabhu? You were saying reaction?
Yes, we will not get the reaction of that.
Yeah, we will not have the reaction from the sinful action. Okay. Mataji, you were saying something, Saraswati Mataji?
The same thing, Prabhu, karma free.
Yeah, karma. Okay, fine. So our karma will be nullified. Okay, yeah, because we are surrendering the results to the Lord, and He will take care of that. So no reaction from the from our karma. Okay, that is very, very important, because for that reason only we are again taking birth and death in this material world. Correct. So if we surrender the results to the Lord, then we will not get the karma, so that we don't need to take the second one. Second one, what is that? So if we don't have karma, then we don't need to take birth and death in this material world. So we will be going away from the birth and death cycle. Okay, that is what the second effect. This two are very, very important. Okay, see, we will not get any sinful reaction. We will get out from the cycle of birth and death. This result, this is the art of all work, okay, which is Nishkama Karma Yoga or Buddhi Yoga. This will come till sixth chapter again and again. These 2 points, okay, why we have to surrender the results to the Lord so that we don't get reaction from our action, okay, from sinful action. Then we will not get the birth and death. We will go to the spiritual world, okay. The four things are common in this material world, correct? Birth, death, old age, and disease. From the Brahma Loka up to the Patala Loka, correct? So even Brahma also, like his timeline also, time frame also fixed. Okay, lifeline is only 100 celestial years. Okay, that is what the uh, lifetime of lifetime of Brahma. So this lifetime also we have seen. Who can say what is the time of the whole lifetime of Brahma? This 100 years, 100 celestial years equal to. Everyone needs a revision again. Okay. Very, very important. What is the inhale and the time between inhale and exhale of Mahavishnu?
Four, some
400.
more, 462 billion years.
No, no, no.
One breath.
No, yeah, one breath, right? Okay. Likewise, like he inhales and he exhales. Okay.
So
Time,
that is equal to Brahma's life.
yeah, that is equal to Brahma's life. Very good, Prabhu. That is equal to
That is
how many earthly years? Okay, earthly years are 411.
311 some 8 zeros, I think.
Yeah, 311 trillion 40 billion years.
Okay.
311 trillion 40 billion years. We don't know how many zeros will come in that particular number. That is the power of Lord Vishnu, okay, Krishna. So can we imagine where we are in this earth, in that earth? We are in the Kali Yuga. Okay, after that Satya Yuga will come. Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali Yuga. So likewise, the cycle will go and go and go on, go on, go on. The cycle has to happen like around. If it happens for 1,000 times, like then only we will. Let's have that particular thing so that we all will be able to understand. As this is very, very important. I am saying all these things. This will give us the perception and the details of okay how Krishna's opulence are, because how we will love Lord. For example, okay, if you like the universal sport for Indians, okay, cricket. If you love cricket, then obviously like very very few people will dislike Sachin, correct? So Sachin, why many likes? Because he is humble. He has a lot of qualities, correct? That qualities on and off the field makes him adorable and lovable to many, correct? So our purpose of our life is to love and understand uh, Krishna, Radha Krishna, correct? So, how our love will develop when we understand Krishna's supremacy, when we understand Krishna's qualities, then we appreciate Krishna's qualities. Then only our love towards Krishna will increase. Okay. So, this is what the thing which I was referring, correct? Brahma's lifetime, Brahma's lifetime is time between one inhale to exhale of Mahavishnu. Okay. In that Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Okay. Dwapara Yuga is 8,64,000 years. Okay. Treta Yuga is 1.2 million years. Okay. Satya Krita Yuga is 1.72. Okay. So in this, One Divya Yuga is one Kali plus one Dwapara and one Treta and one Satyuga. So one Divya Yuga is equal to 4.32 million years. One day of Brahma, 12 hours of Brahma is 1000 Divya Yugas. Can we imagine 1000 times Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga has to repeat? Then only one day of 12 hours of Brahma completes. We can't imagine, correct? Like, which is 12 hours of Brahma is 4.32 billion years. Okay. Then the same time, 4.32 billion years is night time also. But in that, the Satya, Treta, and the Dwapara and the Kali will not appear. Okay. It is just a partial annihilation will happen. So, in principle, 24 hours of Brahma is equal to 8.64 billion years. That itself we are unable to digest. Okay. Then in that one day of Brahma, only one time Lord Chaitanya will come and Lord Krishna will come. In each day of Brahma, which is equal to 8.64 billion years. Only one time Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come. When they came recently, it is just 500 years ago, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. 5,300 something like, okay, years before Lord Krishna appeared. So how fortunate we are. In the 8.64 billion years, only one time they appear. That too, they appeared very, very recently in from the current age. So we have to be very, very thankful, and we have to be very uh, uh, very happy, like to receive their mercy. Okay. So one year of Brahma is equal to 3.11 trillion years. So 100 years of Brahma is 311 trillion 40 billion years. Okay. So that is what important, like to understand. This 311 trillion 40 billion years is nothing but one time between one inhale and one exhale of Mahavishnu. Okay. Mahavishnu's another name is Karana Udagashayi Vishnu. Very good. Okay. So he sleeps in the casual ocean. Like there is a reason it is Karana Udagashayi Vishnu. Okay. So this is very, very important. Please like register all these things in your mind, heart, and soul, because this message is a transcendental message and it will be useful for every one of us, life after life after life. Okay. Because this is not going to change. Whatever we studied in grade 2 may change in grade 3. Okay, whatever we studied in grade 4 may not be like, okay, we will refer in grade 5. But whatever we are studying in Bhagavad Gita, even if you come next life, next to next life, okay, or after 1,000 life, it will remain same because it is a transcendental knowledge and it has been spoken by the Lord, Supreme Lord Sri Krishna to his supreme devotee Arjuna. Okay, Hare Krishna. So that is how second chapter goes. Like then he's talking about Nishkam Karma Yoga. Then Arjuna has a doubt. Okay, how that Sita Prajna who doesn't get like a bothered the happiness or sad moment, how they will sit, how they will eat, how they will sleep. Okay, how they carry themselves. Okay, in this material world. Okay, so that is how symptoms of the self-realized soul is asking, and Arjuna Krishna is explaining. Then he's saying, because the second chapter, a lot of slokas we have to by heart, like I already been sent a lot of things, please by heart. So if we want happiness, like then we need to have the peace. If we want to have a peace, then we need to have a steady mind. If you want to have a steady mind, then we need to get connected to Krishna consciousness. Then only we will get the steady mind. Okay, so that is what explained in chapter 2. Then chapter 3. Chapter 3, like okay, Arjuna is asking why you are engaging me in this ghastly warfare when renunciation is better than fruity work. Okay, what Arjuna thought about renunciation is renunciation of the work. It is not renunciation of the work, it is renunciation in the work. Very important because he thinks that, okay, by not doing the work, I will not get karma. But Arjuna say, sorry, Krishna is saying, because anyone can understand like why renunciation of the work Krishna is stressing here. Which point Arjuna told us like a renunciation of the work? Yes,
Not fight on the battlefield.
yeah, correct. Yeah, he is not ready to fight in the battlefield. He is telling, I am okay to go and beg in the forest. Okay, so then your renunciation of the work, you are doing renunciation of the work because as a Kshatriya, your duty is fight, but you are saying, okay, Arjuna is saying, I am okay to even go and beg in the forest. Let me not do the work because so that I will not get the sinful reaction. Krishna is saying, okay, no, 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 you have to fight because it is not renunciation of the work, it is a renunciation in the work. Okay, renunciation in the work. Okay, so that is how he says, okay, as a for example, like King Janaka, he performed the proper duty, and Krishna himself doesn't have many of the tasks, but he also follows like a certain rules and regulation to set the example for the future generation. Okay, again he's saying like the Sankhya philosophy of analytical study of matter and spirit. Then he says, okay, how we can do the karma yoga, and from that karma yoga, how we can elevate to the Nishkama karma yoga. And the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is saying in 3.30, which is Mai Sarvani Karmani Sanyas Adhyatma Chetasaya Nirasir Nirmamo Bhutva Yuddhayasa Vigadajvara, where 2.7 he's asking like, hey, please instruct me what I have to do for that. Like, okay, this 3.30 he's saying you have to stand up and fight. How you need to fight? Without self motivation, okay, without envy, and teaching the for faithfully like follow the teachings, then free from lethargy, then stand up and fight. Okay, that is what. So again, like it comes here while you are fighting with in the Nishkama Karma Yoga, then you will get like a free from the bondage and attain perfection. You don't need to take the birth in this material world. Okay, so that is what been told. Then Arjuna is asking, what is making us like the sinful reaction? What is making the sinful reaction? Then Krishna is saying it is lust only, Arjuna. This three lust, greed, and anger. Like a so that is how it is interrelating, and we need to get away from the lust. The lust is like okay, it is anything which is not helping us to connect Krishna. That is what is lust. Okay, so the lust, sitting places of lust is like a sense, mind, and intelligence, which is covering the soul's knowledge. Okay, then we see the this one, dull matter, the senses are higher than the dull matter, then mind is higher than the sense, then intelligence is higher than the mind, and the soul is higher than the intelligence. Okay, that is how he says. Then how to conquer lust? Like we need to convert our, deviate our senses, mind, and intelligence, or we need to engage the senses, mind, and intelligence from the material world to the spiritual world. Then only we can overcome the lust. Okay, this is how he is ending the third chapter. Okay, third chapter is Karma Yoga, correct? So now let's go into the fourth chapter. So fourth chapter name is that anyone can say what is the fourth chapter name? Transcendental knowledge. Okay, the transcendental knowledge is the fourth chapter. Okay. So 4.1, this fourth chapter is very, very important chapter because a lot of slokas will come, and Lord Krishna will say why he comes into this existence. Okay. 1.19 something. Okay. So Shri Bhagavan imam vivasvate yogam प्रोक्तवानहम अव्ययम विवस्वान् मनवे प्राह मनुरिक्ष इक्ष्वाकवे प्रवित्. So Sri Bhagavan Vacha, we know like why Krishna can be only called as Bhagavan. We already seen like that Aishwaryasya Samagrasya hopes, correct? The personality of Godhead, so Lord Sri Krishna said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga. So this knowledge, this imperishable, it is not perishing. Okay, it is imperishable. No end or like a no destroy to this knowledge. Okay. Uh, so I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan. So first, this knowledge been told to sun god Vivaswan. Who is the sun god? Vivaswan. Okay. And Vivaswan instructed to Manu. Manus are like the sons of Brahma who taken the charge of like the progeny to continue in the life. Okay. So that is what uh, sun god Vivaswan instructed to Manu, and Manu instructed to, in turn instructed to the Ikshwaku. Okay, Ikshwaku. Sun god is Vivaswan. Okay. So this is how this knowledge been passed. So then it is coming to the parampara. Okay, first Lord spoke to Lord spoke to sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan spoke to Manu, and Manu spoke to Ikshwaku. Okay, here we'll say so Manu's son is Ikshwaku. Okay, then he given to Raghu dynasty, which is Lord Lamachandra appeared. Okay, in the Raghu dynasty only. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita existed in human society from the time of Maharaj Ikshwaku. Okay, so this is how the transcendental knowledge been like a past. Then the next look now. एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम् इमं राजस्य विदुः सकालेनेह महता योगनष्ट परन्तप. Okay. Evam parampara praptam. Okay. Parampara means it comes from the disciplic succession. Okay. Praptam means received. Okay. Imam means this science, this knowledge. Rajas Rishayo Viduhu. So Raja means the king. Please, 1 second. So Raja means king and Rishi means like the saintly. Earlier, how the kingdom was ruled. Okay. Definitely the Kshatriya king cannot be a saint, correct? But they were having the saintly qualities. Okay. That is the reason it has been addressed. It is Raja Rishi. Raja and Rishi is contradictory, correct? Like Raja can never be a Rishi. Rishi can never be a Raja, correct? But how Lord given the word of Raja Rishi means the king has to have the saintly qualities and the saint has to have the kingly qualities to control his senses. One who controls his senses, he is the master, he is a king, he is a king of the world, okay? Because we cannot control our senses. It is very, very tough, okay? So one who controls the senses, he is a great, yeah, he is a great saint, and that saint to be considered as a king of the world because he is able to control, which is not possible to control by very easily. Because even Arjuna says, Krishna, I am able to control the wind, okay, but not the mind, okay. How difficult it would be. He's saying, okay, what is that sloka, Prita? The wind control பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னு சொல்றது. சஞ்சலம் கீஹ மன கிருஷ்ணக பிரமாதி பலவத்ரதம் தஸ்யாகம் நிகிரகம் மன்னே வாயுர் சு இவ duskara. Okay, so he's saying the wind is very, very easy to control, but I am unable to control my mind. Who's saying? Arjuna, who is the great devotee of the Lord, who was in Dwapara Yuga. We are in Kali Yuga. Will it be possible to control our mind? Very, very tough. Okay, unless we engage our mind in the Krishna consciousness activity. So that is what Raja Rishio means. Okay, it is the king who has saintly qualities. That is what we saw in the last chapter. Which king he was referring? The last chapter, Krishna refers one king who has a very saintly qualities and who was performing the duty very perfectly. King Janaka. Very correct, Prabhu. Yeah, King Janaka. Okay. Who is King Janaka?
Father of Sita.
Father of Sitamai. Okay, very good. Okay. So, Imam Rajas Rishiyo Vidugu Sakale Neha Mahata. Okay. In the course of time, the supreme science was thus received through disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood in that way. Because how the message will be properly passed and how the kingdom will flourish only and only if we have the good administration, correct? The administration was done by the saintly kings because they fear for the Lord, they pray to the Lord, they ensure that all the common people pray to the Lord, correct? Then only the rain will come, that rain will, the kingdom will flourish, the offering will happen, okay, all those things will happen. Then only the kingdom will flourish. Like that is how this message also been passed. But over a bit in course of time, the succession was broken because of like a lot of invasion and other things, like okay, personal motive. The succession of receiving the knowledge been broken. Therefore, the science as it is appears to be lost. Okay, that is how this supreme knowledge been not been passed to uh, the common people. So, in the first shloka, what Krishna is saying, I spoke to sun god Vivaswan, sun god spoke to Manu, Manu spoke to Ikshvaku. That is how this knowledge been passed to like a disciplic succession. Here he says, okay, that is how this knowledge been passed, but in course of time, this knowledge was broken. To whom it is passed? Is Rajas Rishiyo Vidugu. Okay, it is saintly kings, it has been passed, but over a period of time, it has been broken. The succession been broken. Okay, it is appears to be lost. Okay, that is what he's saying. Then the next sloka. Saye maya te adya yoga prakto pura tanaha bhakto shime sakacheti ragashyam hi etaduttamam. Uttamam means transcendental. Ragashyam, everyone knows. What is Ragashyam? It is mystery, it is confidential. Okay. That very ancient science of relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee as well as my friend and can therefore understand the transcendental mystery of this science. So, we all are very, 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 very fortunate. We all can pat our back, okay, by saying that we are very fortunate to receive this supreme knowledge, transcendental knowledge, because this knowledge will be given to only and one. So, who can receive this knowledge? Only and only if we are the devotee of the Lord and if we are friend of Lord Krishna, then only we can get this supreme knowledge. So we all are receiving the supreme knowledge by the mercy of various acharyas and through Srila Prabhupada, because that is how we receive this knowledge. Okay. Otherwise, we all are in different parts of the world and not known like, okay, by how we are connected, but only Srila Prabhupada given us the platform or the foundation as the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, as a ISKCON, so that we are able to receive this knowledge. Okay, so we have to be thankful to the society. We have to be thankful to ISKCON and to Srila Prabhupada. Okay, this knowledge, uh, the broken knowledge being told by Krishna to Arjuna, because he is the friend of Sri Krishna as well as he is the devotee of the Lord. That is very important. Okay, these two things Has to be there. Then only we can receive the knowledge. Okay, transcendental knowledge, mystery of the science, and this science can be received. Okay, this science is transcendental. It is not like a no end to this science. No, um, uh, it is not going to like contaminated, or it is not going to be useless after some time. It would be useful all the time. Okay, that is very important to understand. Then Arjuna is having a query. Okay, Arjuna is saying, Arjuna Uvacha, Aparam Bhavato Janma, Param Janma Vivashvataha, Tatam Edat, Tatam Edat Vijaniyam, Tvam Matu Proktavaniti. So Arjuna is having a query. Arjuna is saying, the sun god Vivaswan is senior by birth to you. Okay. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed the science to him? So Arjuna is saying, Krishna, I am unable to understand because the sun god Vivaswan is very, very senior by birth, correct? But you are now talking to me. How can I understand that you spoke this knowledge to Vivaswan? How I can understand? So that is how Arjuna is asking the question, which is very valid, correct? Arjuna is not asking this question for his own benefit. He is asking for all of us because we all will say, someone who is reading freshly, they will say, how is it possible? Krishna is speaking to Arjuna now. Then how the same Krishna can speak to Sun God Vivaswan in the discipline section like a very, very early. How it is possible? Okay, so that is what the question being asked by Krishna to Arjuna. After this over, okay, I will give you. Yeah, no. Okay, so that is what Arjuna is asking the question for on all of us.
Yeah.
Okay, then for that Krishna is responding. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Bahuni me vyatitani Janmani tava sarjuna Tani aham veda sarvani Natvam vetti vetta parantapa. So, yeah. So he's saying the personality of God had said, many, many births, both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. Okay. So Krishna is saying, many births you and me taken, we can remember what is happening only in this birth, correct? But Krishna knows what has happened in the past, what is happening in the present, and what is going to happen in the future. That is the reason he is called as Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is not, he is, he don't know only what is happening to his life or only one's life. He knows what is happening in all of our life. Okay, to your life, to my life, to everyone's life, because at the end of the day, we all are part and parcel of the Lord and we came from Krishna. Okay, so that is how he's saying, Arjuna, you can remember only what is happening for you in this birth, but I know what happened to everyone, what is happening now to everyone, what will happen to everyone in full. Okay, that is what the power of Krishna. That is what been said here in the Brahma Samhita. Advaitam Achyutam Anadi Mananta Rupam Adhyam Purana Purusham Navayavanam Cha. So here how to understand it is Advaitam. He is original person. Achyutam, okay, he is absolute, infallible. Uh, Advaitam is absolute. Achyutam means infallible. Anadim, there is no Adi, okay, there is no without a beginning. Ananta Rupam, he is like a very merciful, very Ananta, like a very blissful form. Okay. Adyam, he is the topmost, okay, he is the beginning, he is the first. Purana Purusham. Then someone will think, okay, if Krishna is created as the first living being, or like Krishna is the oldest member in the whole universe, then he has to be like, okay, old also, correct? If he is the first member in the whole universe, he created the entire universe, he has to be very, very old, correct? The grandfather of the family always old in the whole family, correct? But then Brahma says, no, you are Navayavvanam cha. He is ever young, okay, ever is fresh youth, okay. He is always youthful. Nava Yavvanam cha, okay. Always 16. That is what the power of Krishna, the beauty of Krishna, the mesmerization of Krishna. Okay. So that is how he says in the Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma. So I think next is sloka. I will not rush. Ajopi sannavai avyayatma bhutanamishvaro api san prakritim swam adhistaya sambhavami atma mayaya. Although I am unborn, Krishna says I am unborn. Okay, we don't need the references from anyone else. Like Krishna himself says, although I am unborn, my transcendental body never deteriorates. Okay, it is not there is no end to the transcendental body. And although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. That is what we say, that every millennium is nothing but 8.64 billion years. In that, Krishna appears as a Krishna one time. Krishna appears as Rama, Narsimha, Varaha many, many times in many, many universes. But Krishna appears as a Krishna only one time in the in a day of Brahma. Okay, that is what he say. Although I am Banman, my body never deteriorates, and I am the Lord of living entities. I still appear in every millennium. Why he appears? That we will see in the next week. Okay, these are the 4.7 and 8 are very, very important sloka, which many of us know, correct? Because of the from the Mahabharata. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानाम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय दुष्कृतं धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. He comes to establish the dharma samsthapanataya. Okay, so that we will see in the next week class. Let's quickly cover what we covered today. So this fourth chapter has like a 42 slokas. In that first 1, 2, 3, like Krishna spoke to Vivaswan. The Vivaswan spoke to Manu. Vivaswan is the sun god. Okay, he spoke to Manu. Then Manu is a Raja Rishi. Like he spoke to Ikshwaku, and then the disciplic succession, like he was speaking. Then the disciplic succession was broken. So Krishna is speaking to Arjuna because Arjuna is the friend of Lord Sri Krishna, and he is the devotee of the Lord. Okay, so that is how Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. Then this is what we covered. Good, like okay, in this the reference has to be there. So we covered already the day of Lord Brahma and what is the lifespan of Lord Brahma. Okay. Then fourth and fifth, Arjuna's doubt, and Lord Krishna reveals the transcendental knowledge. Arjuna is asking, how is it possible? Like, okay, because sun god is very senior by birth. Like you are speaking to me now. How can I understand? You spoke to him. Okay. Then, like I mentioned, Arjuna has no doubt. He's asking so that like a future generation can accept this knowledge in a very proper manner. They don't have any ambiguity of the knowledge or doubt. Okay. So then he's saying, Krishna is saying, I am uh, I am very senior by birth. Like you know only what is happening in this particular birth, but I know what is happening in the past, what happened in the past, what is happening now and what is going to happen in the future for all the living entities, not only for one living entity or not only for Krishna. He knows each and every living entities, past, present, and future. Okay, that is the reason he is called as Supreme Lord. Okay, and he appeared as a Devaki, a son of Devaki, and never affected by the three mode of material nature. He does not change his body because his body is a transcendental body. Okay, that is the reason he is called as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the verse 6 is saying Lord Krishna is transcendental because his body never deteriorates. Okay. That is the reason we always call Krishna appear and disappear. We never say Krishna takes birth and death. No, it is not possible because his body is transcendental. It is divine. Okay. So he appears like a normal human being, but he has lot of qualities. Okay, his appearance is like, okay, rising the sun, and sun appear and disappear. Correct. The sun never takes birth. Sun never takes death. Okay, it appears and disappears. Correct. It never contaminated by the three mode of material nature, and he is Satchitananda. Sat means knowledge. Chit means Sat means eternal. Chit means knowledge, and Sachit Ananda means like a bliss. So he's changeless because his body is transcendental, and he neither his body intelligent ever degrades or like deteriorates or changes. Okay, is the absolute truth. He appears to take birth in this multi-manifestation to give the benediction or like to give the mercy to all of us. Okay, Hare Krishna. He is the oldest in the a person in the entire creation, but at the same time he is the youngest. That is the contradicting. Correct? How a old person can be young? Correct? Always young. Navayavanam cha. Advaitam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavanam cha. Navayavanam. He is ever youthful. How is it possible? One who is Adyam, like one who is older, how he can be younger? That is what the contradiction, supreme contradiction, the Lord, like a Achintya Beda Tattva, correct? So Lord is always the oldest, but at the same time, he is always the youngest. Okay, Hare Krishna. So I think so. This is what, like, okay, the conditioned living entity is not eternal, but forgets. But Krishna is eternal, and he remembers past, the present, future for all. He remembers all the birth because he is Avyayam. Okay, his body never deteriorates. We forgets in this lifetime itself. We forgets many. Okay, many things. Okay, he appears by his own will, but we appears like a forced to appear by karma. And the body is transcendental. Our body is material. For him, no difference between body and self because he is transcendental Advaita. But the soul acquires a external body, gross and subtle. Okay. Then verse 7, we will see from the next class why he appears and how he appears. Hare Krishna, any doubt, any feedback, any realization, please feel free to share. We are all grateful to all of your association because we covered like three chapters, which is very, very great. Um, Great achievement, but at the same time, we have to revise, reflect in everyday's life, and please pass this knowledge to others also. Ask other your friends and colleagues like to join this class also, so that many can be benefited. This is yes, Krishna loves one who pass the knowledge of him to others. Okay, then he loves them more than anyone. Hare Krishna. Any feedback, any doubt, any realization, please feel free to share now. Hare Krishna.